All right, top fans, episode 2, The Odd Couple. We got Mikey Bleeds Blue. We got Big Dave. Uh, fellas, first of all, how you doing?
Doing well.
I'm living large, gentlemen. Living large. As
Well, if you're living that large, maybe cut down on the Bucky's trips. I mean, I guess that could make it easy for you.
how can I be your plug if I stop going to Bucky's? I mean,
Uh,
you've threatened me like Sosa that I got to keep the flow of Bucky Nuggets flowing to Southern California. So
there's a lot of truth to that. Yeah,
I might
I'll
lose
grow
my
on
brand.
trees?
I'm sorry.
I said, you think they just grow on trees, Bill? Come on.
I'm about
Yeah,
to hand
I'm
me
saying,
that.
you know how many beavers are sacrificed in order to get beaver nuggets? I'm just saying.
Yeah, just like Jessica Simpson said, do chickens really, or do buffaloes really have wings?
Only in New York.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing that she looks the way she does.
Well, she did.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Don't look.
Sorry,
Send
Jessica.
your emails to Bill Perkins at billperkins.com.
Yeah.
Don't send them to me.
This isn't actually Big Dave. If you're gonna at somebody at Danny, and I'll give you his cell phone. No,
I love it.
I got pictures of Danny and Big Dave together. Okay, all right. So boys, let's just get it rolling. I mean, yeah, let's just chat. Dave keeps fixing his hat like it's gonna go someplace. All I have to say to you, Dave, is bang bang fastball. We'll just start there, right?
That's right. That's right. Bang bang fastball, 2017, game 5, game 7. Mm-hmm.
All right. So first of all, let me ask you boys this: spring training records. The Dodgers are 5-1-1. The Astros are the West Louisiana, whatever we're calling them,
The
are 2-4.
Washington Generals.
Yeah,
Oh.
the West Louisiana Crawfish are 2-4. Do spring training records really matter? Do we really care?
Go ahead, Dave.
No. It's spring training. Look, let's be realistic here. See, Bella agrees. Most of the players that are playing right now will be in AAA, AA. Some may be sacking groceries in a month. Okay, so you take it with a grain of salt. Bella, thank you. I definitely look at more of situations, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm looking at, we got a guy who's supposed to be a power hitter up to bat, and you've got 2 men on with 1 out. What's he doing in this situation? That's what I use spring training for. I get it. Your boys in blue are battling through, and Freddie Freeman knocks 1 out on his first at bat, and Shohei's going yard in his second at bat, and Millionaire Moto is mowing down 3 against the South Oklahoma Rangers, which, hey, I can appreciate that. So, but no, it's spring training. Okay. Let's just revel in the fact that we've got fresh cut grass and the sound of the crack of the bat, and take it for what it is.
Mikey?
Per usual, Dave is wrong. No, I'm just kidding. On this one, sadly, I agree. 5-1 is nice. I mean, it's nice to, winning's better than losing if you're going to play them. But no, winning and losing does not have a lot of bearing on spring training. Health and getting your work in are by far the most vital aspect of spring training. Nobody's going to win the World Series in spring training. You can lose it by injuries, but so no, records don't play a role in spring training for me at all. But 5-1-1 is nice.
Yeah, the records don't, but they.
I'll say,
go ahead.
There are some. I'm sorry. There are some things that surprise me. Is like, for the most part, the chalk teams the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Rangers, even my lowly Astros were 2-4. But today we had a nice game. The bats are waking up. We've called Joe Boo. We'll get it handled. But like the Mets are looking good. Those kids are balling. Baltimore, the kids, the younger kids, the kids that ain't even there yet are balling. And the chalk teams like San Francisco that are winless. It's all situational to me. That's you're now you see, okay, now you're on a losing streak, albeit it's spring training, but this is the dress rehearsal, as you would say. Put your guys in it and see what they can do.
Yeah, winning is always better than losing, but I think we all agree that records really don't have a huge bearing on it. Health is my main concern in getting your work in. That's about it.
That's it.
I would emphatically agree with that. Is you got it, like this kid that blew the save today. He probably feels terrible, but again, he pitched in the show today.
Yeah.
And so he probably won't see action for another several, possibly, a year, 2 years, 3 years. He might not ever see action again, but he did it today.
We literally played Gavin Lux, who I think was our only starter in the lineup today. I'd have to look at the lineup again. I was working, so I was kind of I watched Yamamoto's first 2 innings because I just wanted to see his stuff, and boy, it was filthy. But yeah, months. Oh, so here we go. Perfect point to spring training. So Max Muncy was in there too. So Lux and Muncy and Outman DH. So those were our 3 that are going to be, on the opening day roster and play. But Max Muncy got hit in the hand. So they're doing x-rays. I haven't been on Twitter yet to see what happened or where we're at with him, but that's the one scary thing for me about spring training is injuries. And like I said, you can't win the World Series in spring training, but you can lose it.
Right. Well, and Max needs to have a good season. I mean, he needs
and he's
to go.
had a great spring thus far.
Yeah.
Even regardless of that, that's your starting third baseman. This is a key part of your infield and your lineup.
Yep.
Yeah, that one.
Altuve, Altuve broke his hand. I get it. It's.
Yeah, well, Gavin Lux blew his knee out in spring training last year.
Yeah.
And Altuve broke his hand in a tournament that doesn't even matter.
Yep.
Just want to get that on record.
Hey,
right?
Hey, side note, Altuve is ripped in Florida right now. I mean, there's no buzzer on him, but he's got like a 12-pack going on. Supposedly, from all the, like I said, this is all we're looking at now is scores and reports and whatnot. But as a lot of guys came in the camp extremely in shape. Framber has cut off the dreadlocks. He has shed last season off. He's ready to come out and have a Cy Young performing season. I'm really excited to see what's going on. And man, look, I watched Yama's first 2 innings today too. I mean, hey, I'm excited about baseball, man.
All I heard when you said Altuve was ripped with steroids, I'm sorry, man. Come on, you guys. Come on, Astros.
Hey, you know what? By any means necessary. Okay. He did not consume the steroids. He may or may not had a Peruvian steak, and it is well reported that the steaks in Peru, the cows in Peru, sometimes have steroids injected in them in order to make their beef more girthier. So it is still the tests have come back inconclusive. So
I watch Yellowstone. I know the game.
A Yellowstone plug. Love it. 1 point.
You're welcome, Kevin Costner. Just in case, this episode's been sponsored by Kevin Costner tonight. Thanks for joining. No.
Now give us our free trip to Iowa.
That's right. So talk to me. Good signing or bad signing? Kiki Hernandez comes back into action, and he's coming back with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Is this a good signing or is this a bad signing for the Dodgers? Mikey and then Dave.
I'm gonna say yes. The guy is a clubhouse dugout team guy. Is he an everyday guy? No. And he learned that lesson the hard way after leaving the Dodgers the first time, thinking he was an everyday guy. And he went to the Red Sox and proved that he could not play every day, even though the Dodgers gave him multiple chances to be a second baseman, and never took the reins offensively. Defensively, the guy's he's great. Great clubhouse guy, great dugout guy. For a bench guy off the bench and for team chemistry, I love it. And he's a fan favorite. So yeah, I'm pro Kike.
What do you think, Dave?
Okay, mark it down because this ain't gonna happen a whole lot. If I absolutely had a gun to my head and had to put on a Dodger jersey, I would wear a Kike Hernandez jersey just because he was, that's right, a member of the Fighting Orange Houston Astros at one time. Look, Kike is a solid role player. He's a even better teammate, but I think the Dodgers let him go once. I didn't think they were going to let it happen again. I think it's where he wanted to be. I think it's what's your GM's name? Gnomes, something like that.
Andrew Friedman's our main, and then assistant GM is Gomes.
There you go. Well, I mean, y'all gave up Manny Margot, and Manny was a good fit. I think from an outside perspective, of course, I'm not as keyed in as y'all, but to give up somebody like that, because that's the only way that a week ago there was no way Kike was coming back to the Dodgers. But that letting Manny go opened the door, and for them to make that move, it shows that I think the comfort, the familiarity with Kike in the clubhouse and with the front office probably played a role in this. But yeah, I don't. Kike's solid. He's a guy you want, there, especially for your younger players. He's a great clubhouse leader. Yeah.
I'll piggyback off two of those things. One, I would never wear a Yordan Alvarez jersey because he was in the Dodger system. It's just not in me. I don't make bets where I have to wear somebody else's stuff or what have you. I just couldn't do it. So you're a better man than me there, but at least you picked TK because he was in the Astros farm system.
Well, I would have to have a custom one with just the LA so I could put Los Astros on it, and then it would be.
You didn't say that the first time.
Well, I mean, it's a work in progress. It's art. You know what I'm saying?
And then, secondly, Margot, offensively, he very good defensive outfielder. Doesn't hit enough for me for that to even factor in. I think Kike can handle a bat about as much as Margot can. So I think Margot was basically a throw-in in the Glasnow trade. They wanted to just cut bait on that guy and get rid of some of that salary. So I think the Dodgers planned on flipping Margot all along.
I agree. And it's honestly, boys, you guys are nailing it. Kiki's good for the clubhouse, but it's definitely a unique scenario, right? So, I mean, the Dodgers have about 47 outfielders. So I'm sure there's a club out there that would like to have Kiki, but apparently not, right?
He did say he did say he wanted to come back. And why wouldn't you? I mean, the Dodgers, they want to win. I don't know why anybody wouldn't want to play for them. Anybody who wants to win as much as the Dodgers show that they want to and put the money out there and all that. Sure, boy, if they wanted me, I'd go there in a heartbeat. So yeah.
So that leads to a good point. So,
which is basically everybody. I was gonna say, which is basically everybody except Mike Trout. Mike Trout doesn't care about winning. Obviously, he's loyal to his fault.
And he can stay where he's at. That's fine. We got the better angel out of the two anyway.
There you
Where are
go.
you gonna be? I'm gonna be where I'm at.
Yeah.
Right?
Mike Trout, you play your 37 games this year, buddy. Go get them.
Go get him.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Mike, we hate the Dodgers too. Come on over to Houston. We'll take you. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out together. We'll hold hands and sing Kumbaya. Right. So
Michael, row your boat ashore.
all right. So we already talked about like records, but let me ask you boys this. Does a record in spring training early on, probably not, but does a record in spring training, is that indicative of what's coming down the pipe? I mean, I didn't do the research on this to figure out if that's truly the case, but do you feel that that's indicative? Dave, what do you think? Are you saying, hey, that's indicative of
in the
what's coming down?
in the first week, in the first 5 days, definitely not. At the end of spring training, yeah, I mean, your guys should be more familiar. They should be back in shape, back in swinging and trying to get their timing and all that. So ideally, you could be. But then again, you're dealing with so much. You could be coming down to some of these places. Like the Astros have basically 2 roster positions open, and they're both outfielders. So, while the guys are getting in their work in the infield, they're not going to be here. They'll be in Sugar Land doing the thing, waiting on Bill to throw out the first pitch. But, if the Dodgers go in and then they're, 700, a 700 winning percentage, if they've won more, yeah, it's chalk. You're supposed to. If the Mets keep going the way they're going, I'd say, okay, you got my attention. But there's too many factors, I think, that go in there. Injuries, trying to put together roster spots, cap moves, whatever the case may be. It's kind of like my thing about record right now. Take it with a grain of salt. Look at what your players are doing in the positions you need them to be key in, and make your assessments from there.
Mikey, what do you think?
Again, maybe once, mid-March, when Mookie and Freddie and all them are in there at the same time and getting 3 at bats and then coming out in the 7th, 8th inning, it'll be more telling wins and losses. But again, my main thing goes back to what we were talking about is health. I know the Dodgers are going to be they're going to be fine this year. If they stay healthy, they're going to win a lot of games. So, yeah, I'm still not worried about wins and losses. But winning is better than losing. So,
well,
and sorry, one other thing. Like Dave said with his club, really, the Dodgers, I don't even know what position anybody's really fighting for outside of maybe a left-handed reliever role. Alex Vesia, I'm sure it's his job to win, but other than that, I mean, there's not jobs to be had on the Dodgers,
Yeah, that's true. I love Mikey. Dave, did you catch how cool Mikey was about that? I'm not worried about the Dodgers this year. They'll be fine. Look at their lineup. We just signed Shohei. Yeah, the Dodgers should be fine. You got Mookie, Freddie, Shohei in there, Will Smith. Yeah, they'll be okay. They're going to do okay.
Hey, I mean, I am the forever optimist Houston homer, so I have no objections to that. The Astros will easily be okay this year. Vegas thinks so. And if you think that Vegas is wrong, then let me make some bets for you. The chalk teams are going to be chalk if they can stay healthy. It's kind of like what Mikey says, bottom line. But winning makes flying home a lot easier. It makes being away from your family a lot easier.
It does.
Especially for teams that are, you've got new pieces, you've got new players, you get a little a happy locker room, a little more gelling of the team and new team members. If Scott Boras can get off of his butt and get some players signed. You
Good luck
know,
with that.
yeah.
Good luck with that, man. This guy, I don't understand it, but he's getting away with murder right now, as far as I'm concerned. So
Yeah, he's murdering the money that his players are going to get.
that's true.
Well, he's just holding baseball hostage, really. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So, okay, uh, let's do our "Can I get a hug" moment, right? So we've had some disagreement. Most of it's been friendly. I mean, as the season starts, and the Astros may go 3-17, and the Dodgers go 18-2. I mean, eh, it might not. We might need more "Can I get a hug" moments, but no, I did that. Yeah, you're just upset I'm drinking my water.
Bill. Stop.
Yeah. Anyways, but can I get a hug moment? So let's talk for a second. How cool is it that baseball's back?
Man, like one of my favorite things right now is seeing the Kung Fu Panda himself come in looking a spelt, like a young panda. Pablo Sandoval is in the best shape of his life, your life, Mikey's life, my life. All just waiting to see. Like I said, I watched 2 innings of a Dodger Ranger game today. There are not 2 teams in the world that I despise more than the Dodgers and the Rangers, and I watched 2 innings of that game today. Why? Because I love baseball.
Hey, I'm right there with you. Baseball season, knowing games are underway. Honestly, for me, it makes getting up for work easier every day because I have something to look forward to. During the off season. So yeah, to have baseball back, it means a lot because I love baseball. I mean, football I use to pass time. I like football. I like basketball, but I love baseball. And so yeah, having baseball back makes getting up in the morning easier, going about my day to get baseball. I'm glad it's back.
I couldn't agree more. I look forward to listening to talk radio, to listening, on the way to work. Like, okay, what happened? What's going on? And then also, this is the great thing about Top Fan Rivalry. And I'm going to tip the cap to Bill and Amber and the whole team there, Meg, everybody. Knowing and meeting guys like you and Mikey and Danny, I mean, it's making the rivalries even more fun. It's more personable. You know what I'm saying? It's not just so much like, I can't wait to rub it in their face, as if y'all come in and put a no-hitter on the Stros at home. I know my inbox is going to already be filling up. So I love it. And I'm excited for it to be back. If anything, I'm chomping at the bit for April. Like, let's go on. Let's get the flux capacitor. Let's speed up to the future, and let's get to the regular season, and let's get ready for what should be electric and exciting season of the show.
Well said.
I love it. Yeah, both of you said it fantastic as we're wrapping the show up, but Dave, you just brought up a point, and last year was so much fun for me because anytime the Dodgers did something good or bad, I heard about it from people, and the banter that we have is real, but it's respectful. It's not like you go to the juice box or you go to Dodger Stadium and you've got that 1 or 2 people that just want to get under your skin type thing. I mean, we had in Vegas, we had 11 different. Go ahead. We had 11 different teams represented in Vegas. Some of those, you had major rivalries. You had a Giants fan there with a Dodger fan there. You had an Astro fan there with Ranger fans. And so, makes sense.
And that's what I was going to say. How long ago did you and I get together for our first podcast?
It was towards the end of 2021. I'm sorry,
So,
towards the end of
I mean,
2022. Towards
yeah, in that time before that, if you saw, I mean, my posts sometimes can be pretty on the more racier posts. I will not tag Top Fan Rivalry. But before I met Bill, I could honestly say talking to Dave or Juicebox Jackie or Icon Fitz, or I could not imagine talking to an Astros fan, really, or even wanting to hang out with an Astros fan, to be honest with you, you know. But Bill started this and I got involved. You know, I've never met Dave outside of the stuff we do here. I missed my opportunity in Vegas, but I will meet him one day, and you know, I'll give the man a hug. So Top Fan Rivalry has been good for me and how I fan. So I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, all I have to say is
especially from a Dodger fan.
yeah, Dave, all we got to say is we got to draft Mikey onto your team during the softball tourney, right? We got to get him to Houston on the 14th of September and draft him onto your team.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
a pitcher.
No, I can't wait. For those that don't know, I will be a team captain, and I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be a player skipper just yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to come out of retirement. But you know, that's why you got to be there just to see. You never know what could happen. I could come out and try to get my 3001 hit. You know, hey, history in the making. You would never know. But yes, me and Mikey on the same team. The Buffet Slayers, the Bash Brothers. Come on, man. That's made to see TV right there.
I agree. So that's what we need to do right there, right? So Mikey's coming out to Houston. You guys can get autographs from him on his baseball card in September 14th. He'll be there signing cards. Maybe we'll get Mikey like a first pitch at Sugarland before we get Dave a first pitch. Who knows?
I think I'll be sitting right next to Pete Rose. He'll be hawking his cards too. So
Oh, too funny, too funny. All right, well, we just put another episode of The Odd Couple together. Stay tuned for next week. Next Wednesday night, this will air again, and we'll see you guys very, very soon. Dave, Mikey, thank you so much. Let's do it again.
thank you.
You bet.